Hello there guys, a very warm welcome back to Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. We are back in Stafford on a virtual online video and we are doing the 75 from Stafford to Cannock. Now as you probably know, just let me get on to the Chase Rider website. Now as you probably know, the 75 route is changing. So from the 12th of April, the buses on the 75 will be renumbered to the 875 and will be run by Select Bus Services. And the new service 875A, which was partly the old 75A, will restore the services to the Merivale Road and St Peter's Gardens and also the areas across Rickers Coat. So this is the 75 going to be changed to Select buses as the 75A. So anyway, we're just leaving Stafford, heading towards Penkridge and on to Cannock. Now, as you probably know, this will be the second Select bus service that's going to be entering Penkridge. Because you've got the 878 service that comes from Wolverhampton. Now, I will consider doing the 878, hopefully, in the flesh. But at the moment, we're just taking every step by step. This is because of this ongoing coronavirus pandemic, best to be known as the Invisible Killer. Which started last year, 2020, because 2020 was like no other year. It was one of the worst years that we ever came across. It was absolutely awful. So anyway, we're just leaving Stafford, heading towards Penkridge. So we're just going past the retail park in Stafford. As you know, I like a bit of Stafford as well. Of course, you used to have National Express West Midlands coming down this route on their old 54 service and the 54A from Wolverhampton, and that was the main direct service to link Wolverhampton and Stafford through Penkridge in the I-54. But sadly, just before the outbreak of the coronavirus, the 54 and 54 was shortened Wolverhampton to the I-54 only, meaning there was no longer any fund to retain the service beyond the I-54 to Stafford, and the 54A was cut off, withdrawn. And then later the 54 was withdrawn altogether because it was actually following the same corridor as the 4 that used to come from Spring Hill to the I-54. So anyway, we're just now going down the Sydney Avenue. Now the 75 does a lot of estates. The best direct route to go from Stafford to Cannock is the 74 through Brockton. So we're now over Rickers Coat. Now, as you probably know, this replaced the former number 6 route. And as you probably know, just before coronavirus came along, the 6 was actually operated by Riva Telford Depot. And interworked with the 5 onto Telford, going through Newport and Oaken Gates, and even connection to Telford Central Railway Station. But then, just as the coronavirus approached, the 6 was transferred to Cannock, and then was operated by the present day operator Chase Rider, and now they merged it with the 75. So as you probably know, the 75 was also operated by Riva Cannock. It was also operated by Riva Stafford, and here's an example here, the old branded 54 and ADL Enviro 200. And so anyway, as you know, the 75 actually does the same corridor as the 54 all the way to Penkridge. So, and also partially with the 878 as well. That's why they withdrew the 54 service, because it was no longer viable to continue the service. As well as that, I will be including the 9 to the Highfields as well. So just bear with me in that as well. So anyway, just let me bear with me and just like on the Google Earth. Now, as you know, if I have missed up estates, don't worry. This won't happen when I do the actual version, which will come out very soon. So if I have missed some parts out, I'm actually going to film this when I do the 54. When I do it as the 875, because as you know, the 875 is going to take over this spot here. So anyway, we're now approaching Penkridge. So anyway, here we are in Penkridge. So then we're just now heading out of Penkridge and heading towards Cannock. Now, I think I've been over this part before when I did like the 75A, and of course there used to be the 75B service, but that got suspended during the first coronavirus outbreak, and that is more likely to be withdrawn for good now. The same goes with the 1 to Walsall, because Chase Rider no longer do a Walsall service, because the only Walsall service that you'll find in Cannock is the X51 that also continues on to Birmingham. It used to go over the Perry Bar flyover, but the Perry Bar flyover is now ripped out. So anyway, we're just now leaving Penkridge. As you know, Penkridge is a little bit like Kimber a little bit, with all these little houses, except there aren't not many hills to be seen here in Penkridge. So So anyway, we're just going down through this estate. Now, of course, if I've missed out parts, don't worry, I'm going to include that when I do the 875, which is going to be likely in the summertime, just beyond the 21st of June. So any long distance routes that are not connected to me will come into full on the 21st of June. But with routes such as the 5/8 in the South Staffordshire Adventure, well, the South Staffordshire Adventure is likely to come around just beyond the 12th of April. And I am looking forward to getting back out on that corridor again. So anyway, we're now going down the Cannock Road, and we shall soon be arriving into Cannock. Of course, this does remind a bit of the 42 Bromsgrove towards Halesowen, if you know. Bromsgrove to Halesowen. Sorry, Kidderminster to Redditch. This is a bit like the 42 Kidderminster to Redditch, operated by So anyway, we're now going through the lovely woodlands area, heading in towards the town of Cannock. So on the New Penkridge Road. So anyway, we're just now approaching Cannock town centre right now. So here we are, just arriving at Cannock. So here we are right now at Cannock bus station.